Stephen Saunders and his daughter Hailey MacDonald are with us to talk to us about this now. Stephen, let's begin with you first of all. When you got the news, the reaction, your reaction to the fact that the provincial government would cover this therapy?
Quite amazing, actually. Being first one of the Maritimes, I guess, to get this treatment, and just what you have to go through to get it and everything else, it was quite amazing, and it takes a heck of a team to do it, from doctors down here to doctors everywhere, like in Boston to here, and it's something you can't explain.
And how are you feeling physically these days?
Great. I mean, I feel good as I can, I guess, and I still try to do everything. I always wake up in the morning with something to do, and plan on doing that for 30 more years, you know.
Good for you. And I know you and your family are feeling even better today because,
yes.
Hailey, you got some more good news today. Tell us about that.
Actually, on our way here, we found out that his T-cell count is high enough for him to be a candidate. He had some health complications before he went to Boston, which required him to be on a drug that lowered them. And he just had blood work done about an hour ago, and on the way here, we got the phone call that he is good.
Fantastic news. So what happens next?
We are flying to Boston on Wednesday, and he will get a central line put in, he'll get collected, and after that the cells go to do what they need to do in the lab, and then he comes home for 2 weeks, and then he goes back in 2 weeks' time to get the cells put back in.
So tell us about the therapy a little bit. How would you explain it to the average person?
Sure. Basically, the T cells are part of your immune system, and they take your T cells out and they genetically modify them to recognize the proteins in your specific type of cancer. And when they put them back in, they grow rapidly, they recognize the cancer cells, and they kill them.
So what do you think about the whole healthcare experience to this point?
So far, for me, it's been really good. They've done everything. They've went out of their way for me. I mean, right from the minister right down to all the doctors in the Dixon Center and everywhere. Like, I mean, just one right after another. There was no stoppage of anything, and praise them. I have to praise them.
Yeah.
They're really good. So,
Hailey, what about you? What have you learned about the healthcare system and all of this?
The doctors and the whole team in the hospital have been amazing. They're the reason that he is sitting here today doing this interview. The last 6 weeks have been a bit difficult trying to navigate something that's never happened here before, but we're just so thankful that it came through. We can't thank them enough to give him the opportunity to live his life longer than what his previous prognosis was.
Tell me about that. What do you think about the discussion, the debate, whatever you want to call it, about funding expensive therapy like this? Because we're talking about $900,000 here. Tell me about that.
well, I think the number will drop as people go do this, I think, but I mean, you got to start somewhere, I guess, and I think where the other provinces and stuff like that, they kind of do it now, and with all the gearing up to even treat any type of cancer, it's a big expense, right? And I don't know, maybe this would be the first step. Instead of going through all the other treatments, maybe this would be the one for people to, get on, and it cures them right away. I don't know. I'm hoping. I mean,
Hailey, what do you think about that?
I think that Dad is right. The cost is expensive, and we know that. Where he is the first one here, obviously the cost is very expensive. They did tell us in Boston they are working to try and get that cost down. It is so new. With anything new, they have to cover research costs and things like that. So they believe in the future it will cost less. And our perspective as a family was that if he had lived in Ontario, he would have gotten this immediately without a fight. And our thought as a family was if he lived in Ontario, he should get it in Nova Scotia as well. And that was kind of where we used that as our basis.
And now he's getting it. We'll be following the therapy.
Yes.
The Maritime provinces are just ahead of everybody else, as far as I'm concerned. So
Yeah.
I guess you're proving that point tonight. Thank you very much, and best of luck.
Thanks for
Thank you
having
very
us.
much.